Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Rome, and we're back with some more Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We got to finish off our final little ceremony here and try to finish off Chapter 2 because we have a lot of new games coming out next week. There's at least 4 games coming out next week that I would like to cover, which means we're probably not going to have a Rogue Trader video next week. So I want to make sure we at least finish Chapter 2 before we take our little brief hiatus. We've got, hold on, I can maybe tell you if, home store wish list maybe. What do we got coming out? We've got Goblin Stone on March 12th. We've got Crown Wars on the 14th. We've got Mech Warrior 5 DLC, the Solaris one, Ballad of Duncan Fisher, also on the 14th. And Ghost of Tsushima on the 16th. So all games I want to play. This is one that's been on PlayStation forever that I've been jealous of. Not often I get jealous of a console, and I am kind of a PlayStation guy. But anyway, so it means that next week I'm probably going to devote the coverage we have to those 4 games. I don't know that all 4 are going to get covered. Ghost of Tsushima was not one I was expecting or thinking of. I just kind of stumbled across that today. So we'll see on that. But the other 3, I think, definitely get some coverage next week. So let's go ahead and try to finish this right now. We'll land, we'll take care of our ceremony. I think that's the last thing we have to do. If we take a look here, yeah. Can't do anything on that anymore. We've done as much as we can there. Complete a development project to the highest difficulty. We've done everything it lets us do. So all we're going to do now is drop down to the throne room and work our way through 12, work our way through, no, I just want to land. That's all I want to do. Why can we not land? I'm not trying to do a project. I mean, sure, but no. There's nothing that, like, why? I'm so confused. Let's fly away and then try to fly back. Project sorted goods, archetypes, 0%. Okay. Sorted goods, yeah, we know that. What's the archetypes 0%? I mean, I guess it's just starting. That would be 0%, like we just kicked it off, but then, Oh, I wonder now. Okay, so look, we kick here, it just takes us to this. Look, now it doesn't, okay, it's not taking us to the overall one anymore. This is a change. This has got to be patch-wise. So now we have to pick one of these. Maybe? No, that doesn't let us do it either. Why can I not? Because I'm an idiot. I had to click here. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. It's there in the middle. I just got distracted. There were bright lights. There might have been some drinking involved. I don't know. We did say Cassie was going to be part of this, so we'll throw her in there. Yeah. Do something like that. There are days, I tell you guys, there are days I know how Joe Biden feels when he gets lost on his way to the helicopter in the Rose Garden. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now we get to walk all the way through it. We still got the bug with all the extra servitors following us along. Yeah, town looks like they cleaned it up a bit. Into the palace we go for another loading screen. It just doesn't make any sense to me to give you those screens. Like, if there's nothing going on that needs that, it should just drop you into the palace. And then put the rest of the crew members that they have outside in the palace somewhere. This is just a shameless way to make the game longer, but not add any sort of actual content or, oh, the master, well, hold on, make sure I don't see master ceremonies anywhere. I think Let's check in our office, make sure there's nothing going on there. Don't believe there is. Yeah, we got everything cleaned up in here. Okay. Did they rebuild my secret door? I guess we can verify there's nobody hiding underneath the bed this time. Nope, nothing new. All right. Into the throne room we go. Have I? Gift was a gift from House Gaprak to Von Valencia's dynasty. Okay. Why is I hear the click, the mouse clicks, but nothing actually happens. All right. Master of Ceremony, but I think we can talk to people before we do that. Is there anybody here I want to talk to? Or maybe that's at the party itself? I don't see anybody here. All right, looks like we're going to start right with him. See what happens. All right, great honor to serve you in undertaking monumental and glorious is the Magna Accessio ceremony. Accessio? Accessio? I mean, it's ascension, right? I mean, that's the idea. So we'll go Accessio. That's what we're going to go with. I don't know if that's right or not. All right, you've been trusted with arranging the festivities. I've indeed your lordship. I've given the high honor of being steward of the eminent palace, and on occasion the lordship essentially I'll be overseeing the preparation of the ceremony. House Drivestem, who you trusted to arrangement, wishes you good fortune, sincerely delighted. Yep. Everything ready. Decoration prepared. Guests of honor have arrived on planet or awaiting invitation near orbit. Servants are already in your chamber to see that you are impeccably garbed. All right, let's get going on this then. May the Emperor be with us today. Hey, we got 70 experience for talking to him. That's good. And another loading screen. Yep. If I have one bitch, it's the loading screens. There's just too damn many of them, and they're too long. There's zero optimization in this as far as I can tell. I mean, look at that. We hit 100%, we clicked it, and now nothing's happening. Rejoice, Von Valencia's subjects. In honor of this ascension, the new Rogue Trader generously shows you his favor. In his unfathomable benevolence, the Rogue Trader has decreed that every soul be given a day's rations and personal fuel cells so that all may be fed and warm on this day. Praise the Rogue Trader's magnanimity. 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 There we go. I just have to say it slowly. Ba-da-da-bum-bum. Okay. I think I like the heretical version with the fighting and drinking. Better party. All right, the crowd below is roiling their electrified exaltation, filling the air of Dargonis. Thousands of throats chant your name. You're at the apex of this world and all others. Amplified by 100 voxes, the voice of the master of ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonis. You have been granted the felicity of witnessing your master, a great honor bestowed upon us by the Rogue Trader, Abner von Valencius. Gracious savior of Dargonis and vanquisher of the blaspheming inhumans, may their unholy kind perish in the flames of righteousness. Excruciator of heretics who eradicated the corruption of the archenemy worshippers and cleansed Janus. All right, we're seeing all the stuff we did. I don't think this must have been added in that last big patch. Gracious protector of footfall, patron of trade, where it tells you what you did, you know, how the things affected what you did. Hush falls over the crowd who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars of the recent battle of Dargonis. Like children, they await the word of their almighty father. Dogmatic would be praise the Emperor, faithful souls. Heretic would be remember you have no ruler but me. Am I expected to say something then? I won't talk to rabble. Take it away. Fear not the coming day, henceforth you are all my charges. Joyful cries carry your name upward beyond the atmosphere of Dargonis, all the way to the Emperor's throne. So much gold and white. Cassius stares at the crowd enraptured. It seems this massive gathering of exalting people is just as exotic and captivating to her as the sight of a bona fide navigator, a representative, mysterious and powerful novice noble it is to your subjects. Adequate. Dargonis is not disappointed. Abelard forces the smile of satisfaction from his face and whispers to you. You remember the next part, yes? Your lordship will be asked to take the oath. Let the oath of the Von Valencius dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your lordship. I, Abner, rogue trader, by grace of the Emperor, vow to be a paragon of humanity. Unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble. It is the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. Yes. All right. We are here. If we take a look at the quest, we need to talk to Winterscale and Corda at a minimum here. And I think that means, once again, they've left me outside and I get to walk through yet. Oh, do we walk down here maybe? The inside? It's a good looking tank. Okay. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. That's to take us into the palace, right? Yeah. Which is where we have to go. I'm reasonably certain we just have to go into another palace. This is just fluff here. I don't think any of the people we need to talk to are out here. I could be wrong. We'll walk around and see. Ah, Xavier Calcazar is here. Can we talk to him? We can. Ah, this is a great day, your lordship. Smile graciously. Welcome to your palace, honored guests. You're buffeted with a salvo and congratulations. Study the faces of the nobles in attendance. We'll talk to him here in a second. Drivestem is obviously still leader of the Dargonis aristocracy, but judging by the courtesy of showing young Sauerbach, he clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with that house. The senior Sauerbach and Graprak are whispering in another corner. Sauerbach, whose family seems to be giving you the cold shoulder, must be trying to sway Gaprak to his side. Which could be quite advantageous to Lady Gaprak. After all, the disaster on Kiavagama has left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. The Viserians stand apart, their exclusion from the rest palpable. Nod to the Inquisitor. My greetings to a member of the Holy Inquisition. And my greetings to you, esteemed Abner von Valencius. May shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. The Inquisitor's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask mounted with dozens of augmentics comes a metallic rasp. Glory to the Von Valencius heir. Sure, we'll try to make an awareness. Hey, we succeeded. Lord Inquisitor's relaxed expression radiates an odd sense of menace. Okay, he is akin to a predator on the prowl, content to hide in a brush of fake smiles and elegant conversation. For now. The tech priest's augmentations seem unfamiliar and bizarre. Implants such as these are only available to members of the blessed hierarchy of the Adeptus Mechanicus, and one would not come to such sacred relics even in the highest echelons of nobility. Who is this member of the honorable priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper, which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty of the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They weren't. His whispering cuts off, replaced by heavy, ragged breathing. It seems the tech priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, he continues, warrant due caution. Ah, an unexpected visit. I wasn't told. I, however, have been told all about you. All right, enjoy the party. Evening will certainly be illuminating. All right. Anything over here we care about? Walk up here, see if there's any group of named people there. I don't see any. Oh, we got some practice going on here. Got some condemned, and a Drukhari, it looks like. Okay. Everybody's having a good time. I apparently should have left a few more Drukhari alive. I didn't realize we had a use for them at the party. All right. Oh, my nose itches. Again, nobody else named out here, so into the party we go. Intelligence affects a wide range of skills, including medicate, tech use, logic, and all lore skills. All right. Is there a named person in there? No. Anybody down there? Nope, doesn't look like it. Once again, let's go ahead and take a look in our office. Verify as we walk by that there's nothing else going on. Don't think there is. Man, it just doesn't seem very... I click and sometimes it gives you a deal and see, I click there, nothing. Click, nothing. Click. There we go. It's got to be the game. I've tried multiple mice trying to get past this because it really bothers me. So I keep flipping back and forth thinking, well, maybe it's the mouse, you know. But I'm getting clicks, and I'm not clicking any different. It just doesn't accept all the clicks. There was one it didn't take. There we go. A little bit negative today. Today's an anti-bug day. Not a negative of the game as a whole, just has some weirdness today. All right, he's going to end the ceremony as I recall, so we need to talk to whoever we want to talk to first. Let's do this, then we'll go talk to the other rogue traders. Group of aristocrats stands apart from the governor's circle. Their whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. Makareya Sauerbach. Oh, I'm not sure. When we were outside, didn't it say we could see them talking? Well, clearly we can't. They were in another building. The clear leader of this gathering is a gaunt, billless-faced man in Sauerbach colors. This must be Macarius himself. Macarius, maybe? That sounds better. Head of the house, he offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your lordship. Toriana, may the Omnissiah grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing, the one dressed in a robe with gear-shaped adornments, is Toriana Goprek. It is difficult to read her face due to being covered by numerous augmentations. And Heinrichs is right there. Interesting conversation, but very illuminating. Give me plenty of food for thought. Far from for an inscrutable man, Heinrichs is even more inscrutable than usual. It's as if he's hiding something important. Anything you'd like to tell me? Nothing urgent. All right. Tell me about my guests. Makareya Sauerbach is all but throwing darts at your portrait. He is more astute at choosing women than enemies. He's trying to entice Gaprek to his side, but she is too frightened after the fiasco in Kavagama. Even in leisure, you never cease to be a help. I appreciate it. Why they call it the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Even in sleep, I hear everything. Wouldn't it be the unsleeping ear, then? Abner, before this gala concludes, there is something I'd like to tell you. Be careful today. I sense that a wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines, and I hope that I'll get a chance to meet you there as an ally. All right. Observe the guests. Toriana Gaprek looks rather anxious. Makareya Sauerbach does surprisingly plainly and austerely for an aristocrat of such high rank. He's frowning suspiciously. He came to the reception with a companion, a woman of dazzling beauty, wearing gilded augment necklace around her throat. His wife, probably. Heinrichs, who joined the group unnoticed, mostly keeps silent, listening intently to their every word. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. I'm a servant of the von Valencius dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. Macarius' wife offers you a charming smile, as if apologizing for a human's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. Did we just go all in? I'd like to become better acquainted with your life. It's good to be the king. Kari is visibly vexed by this shift in the conversation. His wife offers you a reserved smile. It is an honor to be in your company, your lordship. All right, what are our options? Okay, we could kill for... Okay, well, we could clearly make that roll, but that doesn't seem like us. That's not a roll we're likely to make. My pleasure. It's likely to have a beautiful wife, perhaps more so than you are to have him. Let's go for that. Hey, we made it. You flatter me, your lordship, but I cannot say that it is not to my liking. Regina gives you a charming smile. Meanwhile, Toriana and Makarias are watching the conversation unfold, not quite believing their eyes and ears. Should we try this one? Your countenance is could it be a resemblance to the image of Saint Maletta? It's a 50-50. I wouldn't dream of claiming to bear resemblance to Great Saint. That'd be a blasphemy. I don't think we go all the way. If we were going like heretical, or we were playing somebody who was a complete asshole, maybe. But we haven't been. We've been playing him as a reasonable person. So we won't continue to test his loyalty. There we go. I'm glad to know you think highly of my beauty. Face is deep red, is only too ready to change the subject. What has displeased you so, Makarias, other than me hitting on your wife? I'm your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked, I'll answer. Too long as the Cronus Expanse lived under the rule of rogue traders, the privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragrams of law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your lordship, are subject to the strangest of rumors, and you've just recently inherited your protectorate. Coonrod Voutvir's people, for instance, claimed that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodore's demise, and accused you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and I think that they may follow your example. All right. You speak of the sector's future with such confidence. Could be you want the power yourself. Or had demented with so many returns you like to have it removed. Rogue traders aren't renegades vested with authority. We are the long arm of the Imperium. I forbid anyone to repeat and hereby envoys a fine on you. If you believe Coonrod's lies, then draw your weapon. Let us duel right here before the Emperor's visage. Places his hand on the hilt of a sword, then glances uncertainly at the image of the Emperor gazing upon him from every direction. Then at you. His fingers release the hilt. No, I do not believe his words. I am your servant, and my oath to your dynasty is harder than steel. I am guilty of repeating an ignominious lie, and I will pay a fine. But anyone who repeats it in my presence, I myself will challenge to a duel of death. Makarias bows his head without too much reverence. How are you these days, Toriana? The corruption in Kiamo was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubus Delphim betrayed our trust, desecrated the forged cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I'm ready to accept any punishment. I will make the perception roll here. I have a decent chance at that. Something lurking beneath Toriana's repentant expression, a grudge. It would seem she was personally offended by the nightmare into which Cubus Delphim plunged her domain, and she feels betrayed. Do your part to heal the wounds inflicted on Kiavagama. Do your part to heal the wounds, and the house will be forgiven. Yeah, I think that's fine. I swear on the Omnissiah's all-encompassing insight, we'll make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. It was only a year ago that none would douse House Gaprex useless, yet here you are, Toriana, on your knees, justifying the cost. I don't think he's going to win anybody to his side that way. All right. Caligios and Incendia. Wharton the Grey. Hieronymus Delaroso. Abner, there you are. Welcome to the circle, where each member is as powerful, ambitious, greedy, and vain as the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. Incendia Corda is watching with barely suppressed contempt. Yes, you have found yourself suitable company, Caligios. At the very least, now you can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes with anyone who's your equal, rather than a member of the lower classes. Observe? Caligios Winterscale is a broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man. He frequently flashes a bright smile, no less dazzling than the blade of the power axe he carries. Every part of him, from the toes of his magnificent boots to the tips of his hair, radiates strength and the desire to live and win. His smile is crooked, as if ready to turn into a hostile snarl at any moment. Next to him is an unmoving hulk of a man clad in armor. His low forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation, and his bloodshot eyes are expressionless, like a pair of glass buttons. Incendia Corda radiates cosmic cold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tick is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full-dress uniform adorned with purity seals, she is the embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is a gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. Hieronymus Delaroso, who you met on Footfall, gives you a respectful look. I welcome you to any guests who dislike my vapid entertainments and reverent fun are free to leave. I would say welcome to Dargonis, friends. Friends, eh? Would you look at that? Incendia, now you have a whole friend. I would think twice before calling an individual of questionable purity my friend. Cligios, thank you for your visit. I should be thanking you. It was almost certain that you would use my difficulties on footfall as a means to bring that devious wheel Vladimir to heel. Take the station for your own. It's what any rogue trader would have done, but you proved yourself to be less predictable than that. Well then, since you've turned out to be a pleasant surprise and stopped Incendia from snatching my possession, I will compensate you for your efforts. I have a nice little world I conquered that I've never seemed to get around to. I'll throw it in along with more substantial gift that I've brought. Thwarting Incendia Corda's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. He snaps his fingers and an armor brute hands you an exotically adorned rifle, clearly not of human making. It's a trophy from a good hunt. You and I should hunt together sometime. You can show yourself in action. New blood, Cligios exuberantly punches you in the shoulder. Yeah, thank you for the wonderful gift. The Eye of Hecaton. Kill someone, what does he say? Kill someone important with it. That should be the best show of gratitude. All right, 30 to 45 damage. That's a lot. Single shot and Deadeye. Is this our pet Aldari's new weapon here? Way to fire 1, max ammo 10. Created under foreign stars and obtained by Caligios Winter Scales as spoils of combat. Its shots are devious and deadly, as is the very essence of Xenos. Grants 5 MP after each attack and allows the wielder to move after attacking. If an attack with this weapon hits 3 or more targets, the attack has no cooldown. 100% over penetration. Ah, okay. So with all the movement, our goal is to line up shots with this and just try to punch through things. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. We're going to do that. All right. Incendia, you seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as outlaws thrived on footfall, and then at long last I had a chance to put an end to it, to seize that thug Vladimir by throat, to force footfall to atone and put a fear of him back into the masses. But you interfered and destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profit. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems. She, too, is far less concerned with her duty to the expanse than her own personal interests. You assure that I will not cease cleansing the furibundus system of the pirate scourge. And if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you only have yourself to blame. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is there in targeting somebody for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? You threatened to starve Footfall. I brought them salvation. Which one of us serves the Emperor, and which one their own unhealthy ambitions? Please, I will believe it no sooner than hearing word that half the population of that den of heresy has been sent into the void's embrace. I have faith that the blessed Abner is perceptive enough to see the appalling nature of the residents of that depraved place. Hieronymus, your appearance here is unexpected. The esteemed Hieronymus was my confessor. I'm greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on the journey. May the Emperor's light guide your way across the abyss of human weaknesses. I see that faith is more than just a word to you. Faith is everything to me. In his name I have eradicated corruption on 100 worlds and will do so on 1,000 more. By his will I hunt down pirates and desolate their vile nests. Let the Corda name make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later I will cast them into the void. The funny thing is, people still call me the foul-tempered tyrant in all this. Well, I thank you for your visit, Incendia. We'll try to take the high road. It will not be a long one, I assure you. All right, enjoy the evening. I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full, to justify so long a journey, if nothing else, or voyage. Keep the faith, Abner. The Emperor protects. All right. I think that was it. I think we've talked to the people we need to talk to. Do a quick F5, just in case I'm wrong about that. Oh, you know what I do want to do? I want to make sure we get, before I forget, let's get her new weapon. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. 35% armor penetration, 30 dodge reduction, 20% additional hit chance. Okay, those two are the same as the Wanderer's Portent. Actually pretty similar, it's just more damage. All right, and what did we have for Jai for her long-range weapon? Do we want to swap in for that? She's got, well, here, let's swap that real quick. I can actually combine. All right, that one's 18 to 28 versus 20 to 25. It's toxic in Deadeye. This one only has Deadeye. Higher, I guess slightly higher average, right? A minimum 2 lower, but a max of 2 more. Same armor penetration. It does have additional hit chance, even though it doesn't have the dodge reduction or doesn't have the dodge reductions. The dodge reduction might make the difference. Hit chance is generally going to be pretty good with a ballistic of 80, so it might really be better just to give them a dodge reduction. But I like the opportunity to just take a one-shot, a one-cost AP hit. So I think we'll just kind of leave her with that for the moment. We also have the Starblight we could go. I mean, that also has Toxic Shot and AP, and slightly better damage. Less armor penetration. Toxic, they both have Toxic Shot. One more damage. The other has more armor penetration, though. I think that kind of makes it better. Sure. We'll assume, we'll pretend that it does. All right, so we've got the blast pistol. We'll put that back there, and we've got our splinter pistol there. Oops, maybe. There we go. We've got the stub revolver. Also has a burst. So this is a toxic. We're running that because we get bonus to toxic damage, right? Pistol hit. Thought we had something. It gave us more toxic damage, like more. Huh? Was I wrong about that? And clearly I was. Armor deflection, temporary wounds. I don't have any armor deflection. That might be good on Abner though. Right? I mean, if he's got I don't know what his armor deflection is at the moment, but he has some. Appears to be more of an Abelard type of thing, though. That one would not be terrible either, but I like the extra ballistic skill and critical damage. Time they spend 10 stacks of tactical advantage, they gain 1 resolve. She does spend a lot of tactical advantage. And right now it's giving it a tiny bit of damage, but it's not going to give a damage to the rifle, right? Because it's only 1, so it's only going to do a 2%. The only thing it's really helping right now is this, right? Because that'd be a 12% damage, which is, I mean, to be fair, that's significant. But more resolve every time. Because we spend a fair amount of tactical advantage every turn. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. This is, if we do bleeding, burning, or toxin, the target gets 2 more stacks of it. Right now, she's getting 5 fellowship and 10 commerce. That gets her a fair amount of additional damage. What you doing, short stuff, huh? Oh, camera. There he is. What do you think, buddy, huh? What do you think? What you doing? Oh, that's a good boy. Figure out if I can get the camera back on here now. Struggling. There we go. There we go. Am I mostly in frame? Close enough. Yeah, I think we're going to switch that. I think we're going to, does this do, that doesn't do any toxic though. This does toxic and this does toxic. So in that case, this is actually, I think, oh, that gives us resolve. What was the toxin? So this would give us a lot of resolve. And her resolve starts at 10 already, but that would get us more. We'd get probably 2 or 3 resolve every turn out of that for her. I don't know how, that could be good. Whereas this is just going to get us more stacks of damage. But again, it's going to get us 2 off of the 1 instead of 3. They're going to get 5, I guess. I don't know that things last long enough. You know, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with that. Let's go with that and see if we can get, if that extra resolve is going to allow us to get our heroic whatever actions more often. Right? This is the other one I'm thinking about maybe swapping out. I mean, I guess we could do both, right? Because that's not doing much for us. It is something. The other opportunity would be this. Whenever allies in 2-cell radius gain momentum, they also gain an equal amount of temporary wounds. You know what? I'm going to go for that. And as long as we're here handing out grenades, let's hand out a grenade too. All right. Let's talk to this dude. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard, if I may be so bold. Many guests have chosen to move to the fresh air. All right, well, I've already done that. Yeah, weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Your chambers are ready. I must inform you that a servitor over there approached me and said it has a message for you. Its speech was surprisingly fluent and expressive for a servitor, so I think someone must have put this message into it. It might be a secret dispatch. All right. The last thing I wish to do right now is speak to a servitor. All right. I'll be delighted. Where is the servitor? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Talk to the strange servitor. All right, well, where is the strange servitor? That would help. Maybe they should put it somewhere that is obvious. Servant. She apparently doesn't exist. Where's the servitor? Is that on the map? Come on. Why can I not click in the middle of the room again? I talk to him? No. Let's go to my room and see if the servitor is in my room. No. Huh. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on. Please allow me to escort you, your lordship. I guess I don't get the option to talk to it. I just get escorted in. Guards, intrusion. Quiet, time to sleep. We need to talk in private.
To discuss, von Valancius.
Woman behind Calcazar, clad in black armor, glares at you, her face a predatory readiness for immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. If the Inquisition wishes to talk to me, I'm glad to be at its service.
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account.
We've been pretty cooperative, at least on this playthrough.
Van Kellogg's has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words. What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
After saying these words, he shoots you a searching look from under his brows, like a Regicide player who just made the first move, now watching for his opponent's reaction. What would you wish to know about the events on Janus?
What was the reasoning behind your decision to let Xenos, enemies of humanity, live
To be fair, I did do that.
that belongs to you?
In the face of heresy, the Xenos seem like acceptable allies to me. There have been precedents for this.
Your way of thinking is curious. Dangerous, but curious nonetheless. I would suggest exercising utmost caution should you wish to continue on this path.
If you knew what was happening, why didn't you intervene?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution, without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
All right. Well, what questions have you about Kiava Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubus Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
Let's see. Protector is a complex mechanism, wasn't willing to put its performance at risk because of paranoid fears. Truly, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. Let the priesthood to which Cubus Delphim belonged answer for its crimes. The Adeptus Mechanicus would do well to watch their members more closely. I wish to observe how the seeds of corruption will behave. It's prudent to study one's enemy. No, I think Cubus Delphim is their fault, not mine. I killed him.
Alas, everyone guilty of negligence within the ranks of the priesthood of Mars has already been identified and punished. Right now, I am assessing the actions of your dynasty. I hope you realize that we're talking about more than the fate of some colony. I care not for a single planet, however profitable and populous. But should corruption raise its head again on Kiava Gamma and try to spread, I will burn it away. And you will be guilty of criminal negligence.
All right. The Dracardi have shown an interest in me. Are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart.
Am I a heretic because I didn't die?
Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts? meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent.
Well, working with them on Janus probably would have not have been a good idea then if I was trying to set myself up to be a visible enemy of the Xenos. I'm waging a war on the Xenos, a war to the death. My worlds are being plundered and desolated. If that brands me an apostate, then I invite you to be my judge.
Be careful with your words, Rogue Trader. I assure you, if the need arises, I'll require no invitation. And if my arguments sound unconvincing to you, it will not change a thing. All that matters is whether or not they sound convincing to me.
All right. Have I answered all your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvir about you? Was it virtuous of you to allow the warp-stricken Voidsmen to join your crew? The ones who served on the ship that was turned into a trap for you by Kunrad Voitvir? Isn't it possible that they were part of the blight he had sown?
Possible.
The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character, but it won't in this case. The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed Rogue Trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
Well, we already know Theodora cooperated. I mean, we saw messages with her talking about it. She wasn't happy about it, but she did it. Why such an interest in me?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless? The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse. A mighty explorative fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed, and this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Koligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting even more dangerous xenobeasts.
So why are you harassing me?
The third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own master of whispers. The Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
Ah, okay. You need me. Heinrich's staying in my retinue?
Which would you prefer? And you, Heinrichs, do you wish to continue working at the Honorable Rogue Trader's side?
I will comply with any order, Lord Inquisitor. If you command me to remain in the company of the scion of the Von Valancius dynasty, I won't be distressed.
Yeah, we can keep him. We've turned him into a killing machine, so...
Will remain in place. It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
All right. What kind of deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them.
Fair enough.
Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid. The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
It does say the symbol of the signet is as red as the blood of the righteous. Gains 25 persuasion, and the Emperor's decree ability can be used once per combat. It grants 30 momentum. Burning, bleeding, and toxin effects are removed from all allies. All allies gain the wearer's persuasion divided by 7 temporary wounds, and the persuasion divided by 7% armor until the end. So we want to give it to whoever has the best persuasion. Yeah, half a house. Promise to guarantee, offer Inquisition. Yep, and Emperor protects. Glad to hear it after. Oh, he's going to read it.
Has been heard and added to the record. Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up. Until next we meet.
Well, you will obviously want to discuss what just happened. But not now, I presume. Right now, it would be better for you to rest and think on the Lord Inquisitor's words in private. I bid you good night, Rogue Trader.
All right. Fade to black.
The rise of the Rogue Trader heir restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Fon Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal. The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
You spend the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factotum's lengthy report on the latest trade exchanges, yada, yada, yada. From outside illuminated, tightly closed windows, you hear the muffled sounds of Dragonis. I was waiting to see if she was going to read it. Thank you for your report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administration. Your Lordship, we are almost done. It's just, we just need to go over the final items on today's agenda that I'd like to report to you personally. Truly the God Emperor's blessed me with diligence. Subjects, speak. Allow me to pass on gifts by your loyal subjects. The high nobility of Dragonis, it goes out saying that every living soul in your protector is blessed to serve. Over this humble gesture is meant as a token of deepest appreciation for the magnanimity toward their esteemed families. In the past, House Drivestem tripled the tithes collected from the house's subjects. Your coffers are overflowing, and the governor has expressed hope that this modest gift will become a symbol of your present and future successes in your new status. Hey, 3 more profit factor. More people, more holy gifts. House Sauerback has arranged for several regiments of expertly trained servants of the Emperor to be transferred to your personal command. Each of them will also serve as an honor guard for the holy relics that are to find their rightful place in the hold of your personal void ship. She stopped staring at her data displayed in supply. All right. People, holy gifts, holy gifts, holy gifts, holy gifts. Something wrong? No, not at all. People in the cargo have indeed reached support services. No doubt to think the sincerity of the house's intention is just substantial and valuable gifts coming from Lord Sauerback. I am adventure guest, your lordship. I believe the esteemed chancellor was staggered by such an irregular display of generosity from a man who is rather known for voicing his doubts in rogue traders as a class. It would seem you made quite an impression on Macarius, the old miser. Lord Captain, news of a particular report has come from the House's intelligence network. Lord Inquisitor Calcazar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships have been commandeered by Lord Calcazar, and they are also being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we received reports claiming that the secret messages were delivered to the capital worlds of House Corda and Winterscale. It's possible the Lord Inquisitor's called arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We're seeing an increased number of skirmishes between their ships in neutral systems. I do not doubt that our Ladyship Corda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side, especially since his Lord Winterscale's luck seems to be running out. Riots have broken out on several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the rogue trader inflicted brutal punishment upon his oldest colonies. Vesuvius II is based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, you'll be the first to know, your lordship. Lastly, your pet Xenos, Iliad, I believe, is seeking a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defile the rogue trader's palace with a profane presence and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but the Eldari appeared perturbed. I believe she mentioned a void ship of some sort. Maybe best if she told you everything directly. And with that, allow me and Master Danrock to take our leave. Perhaps the last request will serve as a welcome distraction. Indeed, your lordship's stay on Dargonus has been rather long. However, your protector is now enjoying a period of relative stability that for the time being no longer demands your lordship's personal involvement in the affairs. Glory to the rogue trader. And I think right there, I'm going to save it. Maybe, if it lets me click somewhere. There we go. All our extra little dudes following us around. I'm going to save it right there. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back probably in a couple weeks. We'll have to see kind of what the new games are like. We will continue playing this, but we might not play it 3 times a week. Maybe we'll knock it down to one longer episode, or maybe a couple like this size. We're just kind of to see how MechWarrior 5 turns out, as well as the Goblin game, which I've already forgotten the name of. Oh, well, any of the other 4 games that are coming out next week. And also, don't forget, there's a link to join the channel down below, as well as a link for the Discord down below. See you guys next time. Cheers.